Okay. All right, so let's work through that grip again. All right, so fingers first, and the square shape of that saber is really going to help to curl the fingers and get the heel pad, which is right in here, on top. The structure is thumb on top, like you're opening up your phone, right, on the button, up into your thumb, and then into your wrist area. And then the opposite location is that heel pad where it's balanced. So now you can actually go up and down.
Okay.
Right? Then your right hand goes on. When your right hand goes on, it does the same thing. Don't curl into the palm. Curl into the fingers, and then the thumb sits on top.
Sits on top of the fingers?
No. This thumb sits over there.
Okay.
And then this trigger finger, the sidewall knuckle, matches the sidewall of the saber.
Okay.
Right, and we talked about that. So if I hold here and you push down or sideways, so that's sideways, that's your trigger finger pushing, and now if you push down, that's your thumb.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. So now you got your hands on there, you can kind of lever them up and down, have some good power. You feel like you can pound something, hit a nail into the ground or chop wood. That's kind of the motion the wrists are going to make. Okay, so then you take your stance. So you wind up, or you pull the saber up in the air with your feet together. So standing tall, relaxed, feet together. All right?
Okay.
So then the next step is stance. So as we talked about that, you're just taking your feet and making them so that your torso could fit inside your width of your stance. Next step is to make sure that when you bow, you're going to roll your upper back.
Okay.
All right, so roll your head down, roll your upper back kind of down, bend a little bit at the waist to find that posture. All right, the next one is pop. So you just pop your knees a little. All right, so lock them back and then just pop them out. That's kind of all you're doing. Then you drop. So you just drop the saber down. The ball that's in the saber will drop. Next step is to rotate your body or spin. So you spin your hips and shoulders, leave your eyes down where the ball would be.
Okay.
All right, the next step is set. So that's where you set your wrist. Okay, now with some speed, you can accelerate through, and that's the snap. And then the final position is hold. Okay, so what we're gonna work on is symmetry. So we'll go real fast. Just do the spin and set part. All right, so you spin to the backswing and set the wrist. Okay, now keep your eyes over here. That's all right, because you're trying to read the saber too and keep an eye on it. So you spin and set. Now what you're trying to find is the exact symmetrical location for the hold. So I'm going to hold your head here. Go through slowly. There's the snap. Now fold up your arms. Go to the set. Yeah, there you go. So now this position, what you'll see on video, stay right there, is exactly symmetrical to the backswing. So what you want to avoid while you're learning is that right foot coming up. Because on the backswing it was down. So on the follow through it should also be down.
Should my heel be down?
Should be down.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason why you're going to learn this way is because you have a history of golf. It wasn't necessarily amazing golf. It was just recreational golf, right? Well, part of your mishit problems from years ago was that foot kept coming up because you felt like everybody else's foot comes up. And when you watch on TV, everybody's foot comes up, right? But what you're going to learn is that stability in your feet creates consistency in the strike of the ball. If your feet are dancing all over the place, your club won't strike the same location every single time.
Makes sense.
So we're just going to work on a concept of head still, feet still. Right? So let's go through the whole thing again real quick. Double check your grip. Fingers first, heel pad on top, thumb on top, and that wrist joint on top. Right?
Okay.
So then you kind of hinge it up and you stand up tall. Let's double check that trigger finger. Sidewall, right? Sidewall finger. There you go. So you can waggle right and left and raise up and down.
Okay.
So now your hands are structured so that they can actually do that properly. Saber is straight up in the air, feet together. Relax those shoulders, right? From here, you're going to take your stance, which we know is the width, torso width. Next one is bow. And you bow by just kind of relaxing your upper body and allowing those back muscles to stretch. We talked about this muscle down here being longer and relaxed versus when you stick your bottom back, like you duck bottom back out, it puts your lower back into flexion and it puts more tension. So the next step is to pop the knees. So you just kind of pop them a little bit and then drop the saber. Right, so you lower it down. There you go. Okay. Now what you're going to see in the video is you're going to see what I would call a good posture and a relaxed posture. It's not necessarily the angular straight line posture that you were taught a long time ago, but this is going to be much more healthy for your body. Okay. So you spin while keeping your eyes down, spin your body and set. Now that you've set, on the snap, you're going to make sure you stay with your feet head still and feet still. So snap to the finish and hold. Keep that foot down, kind of keep your head down.
Okay. Let me try that one more.
Yep, so spin and set. There you go. Snap and hold. And you're trying to be symmetrical. That was very, very good. Try one more just like that. So go to the spin and set. There you go, engage.
Put my butt out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, engage that core, tuck the tail a little. Spin and set. Snap and hold.
yeah, I do feel a lot more stable.
Yeah. And so what will happen is you're going to create 90%, 99, 95% of your speed with just your arms.
Okay.
We know that when you create acceleration with your arms, you're going to hit great shots. When you try to create acceleration with your legs and your hips and the rest of your body, all that really happens is you get instability and mishits. Now, is it biomechanically possible for you to add more speed using your legs and core and everything? Absolutely. It's been proven. But the problem is when you're learning, that movement is detrimental because it's more instability than actual speed.
And Craig, I'm really not interested in hitting the ball. Really, I just want to be able to play, keep it in the fairway. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I hear you. So let's do that one more time, and then we'll get to the club, and you'll be able to do the exact same thing. So thumb on top, heel pad on top, hinge up, feet together. Try to take a relaxing breath kind of when you're at this position. Just take a stance first. There you go. A little bow over from the upper back. Good. You got your tail under, abs engaged. Nice. Okay, and then you can spin and set. Okay. You hear that ball? Yep, snap and hold. There you go. And don't even look up.
Okay, just stay down.
Especially it's a saber, right? You're not going to actually hit a ball, so you're looking at nothing. Right? And
But I can't see it when I hit it anyway.
yeah, there you go. So it's excellent practice to not even look up. Because what happens is if you start looking up, you're only going to see a bad shot. Right? So spin and set. Okay, now you notice how it's not setting?
Right.
It's because you're hinging your wrist so far that the ball, go ahead and swing up and stop. The ball isn't setting
I have it
because,
too much height.
yeah, you're too far past.
Isn't that neat that
It
tells you?
Yep, tells you where to stop. Yep, spin and set. Excellent. Snap and hold. No need to look up. That was great. So now if you can repeat that over and over again, and you watch the video, process it, keep learning, there's all these little things, you know, head still, feet still, not written on the saber, but it's something you want to remember. Okay, being symmetrical, something you want to remember. Setting with that saber with some type of an angle to it is important because then the ball sets. Otherwise, if you overswing or go past parallel, then you can't set it, right? So there's another feature there I want to show you. It's the heavy side. So flip it over to the other side. So grab the heavy end. Okay, now in this end, you're just swinging for loosening up. You're still doing all those same steps, but you're using it for more weight to add resistance and give you even a little bit more sense of feel for what you're doing.
So it's supposed to feel heavier?
Yep, yep. So as you swing it, when you swing the heavy end, you're not going to set it and snap it. You're just going to kind of go back and come through. Yep, just keep that foot down. That way you'll have more stability. No need to even look up in this direction. Yeah, you still want to feel like there's a setting action where the wrists are not hinging quite as much as you did on that last one. So the Saber's a little bit more vertical. That foot, right? It's just a habit. Even though you haven't played in, what, about 5 years, it's still in there. So we got to make sure that we're learning it the right way. Yep, spin and hold it up there, and then swish it through and stay there. There you go. So can you feel the weight difference?
I can.
Yep, so flip it back over. Now on this one, after you go through this, I want you to snap it really fast and try to make that ball sound really loud as you snap it.
I'm on the light snap now?
Correct, yep. And when you're looking at it with the red stripe, you're not reading the words, but you're testing your memory.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. Spin back, set. Okay, and wait for it. Now really whip it. Try to keep that foot down.
And, you know,
It's a beautiful finish if we're taking a photograph of Golf Digest. We don't want a Golf Digest cover photo, we just want a good golf shot. Posture looks great. Go back, set it, wait for it. There you go. You went too far, right? So go back, set, that's excellent. Give it a snap. Really, really good. All right, so your head still, feet still stability is really what produces a consistent shot. You think about it, you get all this stuff moving around. Doesn't matter how fast your arms are swishing through there, you're gonna miss it all over the place. So one component, your head to your ankles or your head to your feet, that's your stability portion. Your speed portion is really your hands and arms. That's it. So one is for stability, one is for speed. And usually what happens in golf is we start using our stability portion for speed and we get all out of whack. We start moving and lunging and lifting. But when you're first learning and your main goal, like you said, is consistency, not power, you're going to get 95% of your total distance out of your arms anyway. Cool.